Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI related tutorial by Team SlideScope. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a course enrollment insights dashboard on university course performance data. So we have a data set where for university we have information of different courses and average grade by course, total course hours, students enrolled, average pass percentage. We have some categorical fields like course type by department, instructors, and semester. So we will try to create this interactive dashboard where we can see or we can compare two departments and number of students enrolled. We can compare different instructors and see what is the average pass percentage, what is the total number of students enrolled in their case. So everything that you see here, a very simple dashboard which is for beginners. So when you will create something like this, it will give you an idea how we start exploratory analysis and how we conclude things. So let's get started with it. This is part 1, this is report 1. In second part we will discuss more. So let's get started. So the data set that we have for today's project is university course performance file. This is a CSV file extracted from university's database where we have ID of every course. So this ID is just a random given ID to every course, and we have around these different 301 IDs. Then we have department, whether the course belongs to humanities department, engineering, commerce, etc. Then we have course type, what type of course is it, whether it's a theory, it's a project, it's a lab. Then we have semester, spring 24, fall 23, different type of semesters are there. Instructor name, some random names have been taken. Then student count, how many students were enrolled in this particular course. So this is on the basis of department, theory, semester, instructor. So for all these four different categorical values, we have student count, average grade, course hours, and pass percentage. So this type of data set can be used for instructor performance, student performance, etc. So we will now use this data set and create some interactive dashboards. We will now open Power BI Desktop. In Power BI Desktop, go to Get Data, text CSV, load your data set and wait for the processing. One thing to check is sometimes from CSV files, column headers are not properly visible. So now in this case, it is there. So we will simply load it. Next thing, we will rename it as courses so that when we have to write some DAX expressions, this will be easier for us to reference the table. So this is now loaded. Quickly we will go to insert a text box. In this text box we will write our heading. This is something that we mostly do, and that heading will be university. So first dashboard that we are building is course performance insights dashboard. We'll use font size around 28, make it bold and align it center. Here we can use some font size. Now here is one more thing. You can go to view and choose a theme or color palette of your choice. So for example, if we go with this color palette, then we will be seeing the font used in this theme and we will be seeing color palette accordingly. So make sure whatever you are selecting that particular color palette. Here we will select this heading, go to effects and shadow. So it kind of gives it a 3D kind of look and feel. In properties we have position, we have advanced options. So if you want to add or remove something from here. Like for example, if you want to increase or decrease height, you can do it from here as well. You can adjust the width from here as well, and you can always log this aspect ratio. So this is Course Insight dashboard. What we usually do is we keep this particular area for our sidebar. So here I am going to give you instructions in creating such a sidebar that will be behind our heading. So we will go to insert and add a shape here. So we will add a rectangular shape, and this rectangular shape we will just overlap it. Okay, now what you will do, you will select your heading, go to format, and go to bring forward and bring to front. So this way this particular heading will come on top of it. Okay, this is how you can manage layers in your dashboard. So this is one thing. Next we can go to insert tab. We can add some images or shapes here. So for example, just a minute. So we can go to insert tab and click on images, and from here I have created a assets folder where we have different type of images. So if any particular image represents our purpose, we can select that. Right now I'm just going with this. You can spend some extra time and try to create some other image. You can use a service like remove.bg to remove background from your images, because if background is not removed and your background is of different colors, so images will look bad. So now you can see when we are adding a transparent image, it can be placed anywhere and it will automatically be adapting the background. So whether you want to place it here or anywhere else, you can do that. I'm just using it like that. Later I will decide where to put. So this is our dashboard, just the basic layout that we have prepared, and now we will focus on building the visuals. So this particular dashboard is like a summary dashboard. Usually what we do is, for example, we consider any particular field like a student count, average grade, course hour, or pass percentage as our target field, and then we try to analyze. But here we will first create some KPIs, and then for this, because we are seeing that course performance, like if more number of students are enrolled in the course, that will be uh, you know that will represent how valuable that particular course is. So for this particular dashboard we are going to select student count as our main target field. Then we will see pass percentage, course hour, this type of other performance related dashboards. For course effectiveness or for something like that we will be doing. So we can call it something like course enrollment insights dashboard. And here first of all we will create some KPIs. KPIs will be common, like this is report 1, or this is I'm just calling it report 1 part 1. So this is going to be a multi-part series as well. In first part we will simply focus on doing exploratory analysis. Second part we will consider some other field as our target. Third part we will create 10 or 15 advanced DAX queries, and then we will try to solve questions on the basis of those DAX queries like we have done in our hospital example. So you can check that on our channel itself. So now you can see we have this simple card visual, and in this card visual we will just add average grade. So these are KPIs. What is the average of average grade? So average of average grade is 3.02. Okay, we can bring 4 of these visuals. So this is average of average grade. Here we can go to general tab, effects, where we have a shadow. So in shadow you can see it will show output like this. Then here in call out value we can select smaller value like 35. Call out color, something that we can pick from the palette itself, like this color. And category label, this average of average grade. So this is something that we can also customize. So we can pick something like this and make it bold if needed. Now here we can rename this. So we are going to write average of, yeah, something like average grade. This will be sufficient, right? What is the average grade? 3.0 through 2 is the average grade out of 5 it seems. So which we can see. So average grade in this data set represents the GPA score achieved by a student in a specific course. Typically on a 0 to 4 scale it is, not 5. And higher values like 3.5 to 4.0 indicate a strong academic performance. Lower value below 2.5 may signal course difficulty, grading strictness, or student challenge. And it helps in assessing course difficulty, instructor grading patterns, and student success in that course. So this is average grade overall 3.02, which is good. Now we can create a copy of it by pressing copy and then paste. So by copy and paste we have another visual. And now second thing is course hours. So sum of course hours, like total course hours studied by these students. So here we can simply rename it as total course hours that these instructors have delivered, 15,000. Next another copy, and this will be total number of students enrolled. So you can see there are 33,000 students enrolled. So we will simply write, instead of a student count we can also write a student enrolled. 33. And now we can make a copy of it, and this is going to be pass percentage. So for pass percentage also we cannot take sum, we have to take the average value. The average passing percentage is 79.86 on an average. For every course that is given, average of passing percentage is around 80%. So this is also good. So this is average pass percentage. So now after creating these simple KPIs to examine, we will now add a simple stack bar chart here, and the purpose of this bar chart is to see performance of a particular course by department or instructor. So for example here we have course type. So what it will do, it will automatically list all the course types on the y-axis, and then on x-axis we can select a number. So here students enrolled is the number, like count of students. So for that we will create another table here. This is something that we have been doing in our previous examples also, and this table is known as measures table. So this is just an empty table where we are going to put all our measures that we are going to create with the help of DAX. So here we will add students enrolled or enrolled students, whatever name you want to give, and here you will use sum property, sum function, and in sum function we will write courses wise student count. So this will give us a single value. So basically this and this particular calculation is the same thing. When you will add it here, it will show you the same data. Now in x-axis we will bring student enrolled, and now you will be able to see the performance. So we can see that in seminar, most number of students are there in seminar. Okay, this is title. So this one is title, so we will click on the visual, go to format your visual, then from visual setting to general setting we will expand title, align it to center, and we will choose the same heading color as we selected for our KPI visuals. Now here also in effects we can enable shadow. So this is it, students enrolled by course type. Next we will copy this. So these type of bar charts are very useful when you have to show data of one category and one number. So that's what we are doing here. And first of all we'll make these visuals of same size. So to check, so we will click here, and in general setting in properties you can see their width is 234, 234, 234, 234. So you can see their widths are equal. So the only thing we need to do is we need to align them in such a way that their widths are equal. So why I am saying, because I have just copied this visual and it should be equally aligning with this guideline. So this is something we can do, and now it is properly aligning. Now you can see these guidelines are showing us that vertically and horizontally both they are now aligned. This is something you have to do. Next we can also select a clustered chart or a stack chart, because here we are only selecting one variable versus one variable. So doesn't matter if you select a stacked or a clustered, but we can change it to a cluster chart and it will appear similarly. Now we did course type wise, we can do department wise. So we can see department wise enrolled. Okay, so this is going to show us that in humanities department most numbers of students are enrolled. There is one more important thing for us to understand, that how many courses are there. So how many courses are there per department and how many students have enrolled. So to understand it, here we have two options. So we can bring count of course ID on y axis, and which you can see here that it is now showing as that value. So because these two have different units, like course ID, count of course ID is just a quantity, and student enrolled is also a quantity, but it is number of students. Okay, and they will always have a big difference between them, for because for every course there will be some n number of students enrolled. So that's why what we can do, we can convert this chart into a line and clustered column chart. There we will get a line y-axis to add as our second or secondary unit, and that will be count of courses. So you can see now we have count of course ID. So we will simply write courses count, student enrolled and courses count by department. So this is line and clustered chart, or line and stack chart will also look the same. So here what is happening, this particular yellow line is showing total number of courses. So you can see in both humanities and commerce we have 68 courses, but number of students enrolled in humanities are 7,600 plus, and in commerce they are 6,600 plus. So this is how you can see the performance. And this also shows that even though in arts and science number of courses are less, but number of students enrolled are more here, right? So this will help us in creating many type of DAX queries, like what is the percentage of student enrolled by courses or something like that, which we will prepare in the next part. This is student enrolled and courses count by department. Next, we also have to see instructor wise performance. You can see we have many instructors here, And to see instructor wise performance, we will create another bar chart, or we can also create a tree map. I am just showing use of tree map here. So here is tree map, and let's say students have enrolled in these courses, but on the basis of number of instructors that we have, what is that percentage? So we will first do the formatting here. So copy formatting and just click here to copy and paste the same formatting. In a tree map, we have a field called category, where we can put a categorical value like instructor, because for more than for around 300 students we have some n number of instructors. So we will just add that, and in details we will bring total number of students enrolled. So here we will add student count, or we actually have created this measure. So this will help us in putting it, in values we have to put. So we will put it in value, and this will give us information that Michael Smith is the instructor with highest number of students, which is 2485. Then it is Mark Clark, then it is Scott Lopez, and so on. So this is a student enrolled by instructor. And here in details or tooltips, if you want to add some data, then you can add, or you can also go here and just enable data labels to see that particular value. And you can see in most of these cases it is showing as 2k, because it is summarizing the data. So in data labels, the display units is auto, we can say none. So then it will actually show the exact number. So this is how you can use a tree map to show exact number on the basis of a category. Okay, and in a tree map you can see it is automatically trying to fit. If you have more area like this, you can also create a chart like this, because I plan to put 4 or 5 visuals here, so I'm just adding it like this. Now we also provide live interactive classes for Power BI, Tableau, Python, etc. So you can learn data analytics at slidescope.com. We also have a Power BI tutorial for beginners, where we have from introduction to creating dashboard on different data sets. So you can try our Power BI course tutorial. So you will get visualization and data connection related chapters, dashboard in Power BI, DAX. For DAX you will get 22 dedicated lectures, which we keep updating as well. Power Query Editor usage, so 10 lectures for them. Publishing report to Power BI service. So you can check this course as well to learn everything from scratch. Coming back to our analysis, now when we are preparing a dashboard like this, so whatever fields we are selecting, whatever categorical fields we are selecting for analysis, so we also have to put them as a filter somewhere. So let me increase the height a little bit so that we have more area for the visuals. So their width and height can be adjusted with the help of these guidelines that we have. Now, so all these values that are categorical, for example, student, instructor, semester, course type, department, we can use them as filters as well. For that, I will use the normal slicer, the default slicer that we have, and we will just adjust it like this. And here we will add course type first of all, and you can see course type is either lab, project, seminar, or theory. Similarly, we can go to its settings. This is slicer values. For values, we can select some color from this palette. So whatever color suits your requirement, you can select. Then we have some headers also. So for headers, we can select the same kind of font size that we have selecting, the font color that we are selecting. Next we can click here and make a copy of it, because we have already formatted it. So we can make a copy of it, and here we can bring department also. So in department you can see we have these things. So this is one way of showing your visuals or showing your slices. Next now we can see that we don't have enough space to use any other visual here. So like for example instructor, and number of instructors are also, there are too many instructors. So either you can provide it like this, where you can give some kind of a scroll effect. So we can keep showing two of them, and then we can give the scrolling effect. So this is also something that we can do, and I will put this banner here and copy one more time and try to adjust their width and height accordingly. So let me adjust. I'm just using arrow keys to adjusting them. And here instead of instructors we will write semester name. So you can see. So this way, suppose you want to see for seminar, you want to see for commerce department, okay, performance. For humanities, average pass percentage at 81. For science it is 78. So that's why I said this is report where we are focusing on student enrolled, because in different type of courses number of students enrolled are different. In second part we will focus on average pass percentage to see performance of these courses, right, or performance of instructors. So that's why we can create multiple dashboards here. And next finally we have done course type wise, number of students, department wise, instructor wise, and now we have to see semester wise. We can use a simple donut chart also for these type of visuals. First of all we will copy the same formatting, and in legend we will bring semester name because there are 4 semesters. So we want to see percentage of students enrolled in each semester. Okay, in values we will select a student enrolled. So now you can see 10,000 is enrolled in fall semester, 29.87% of total. 25.46% of total was in this case, which is a spring 23. This is spring 24, and this is fall 23. So this is something you can see from here, that this is students enrolled by semester, this is students enrolled by instructor, this is student enrolled and course count by department, and student enrolled by course type. If I select one thing, you will be able to see it will filter the entire data. If I click here, then also it is going to show you proportion of this in different visuals. So if you click here, you will be able to see proportion of this, but if you click here, it will actually filter the number of rows, and you will see only that data. So this is how you can create a simple dashboard to see the performance. And if you want, let's say you are doing it for some university or institute, so like you can select a position to put their logo also. This is just additional thing. So now try this, try to create this first dashboard from your end and see if you can add some more elements to it. I have kept it simple because some students who have just joined have requested us to create simple dashboard without too many calculations. So that we have done. In the next part we will consider some other field as our target field of analysis, and we will try to create a dashboard in that manner. So wait for the part 2 of this. Until then, just if you have any questions regarding this, suggestions regarding this, let or ask to your questions in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.